Hi everyone, Ro from Ro's Kitchen here. I am very happy to be bringing you a new recipe today because this is a recipe I just made up out of my head because I've decided I wanted to clean out the fridge. So I'm going to tell you what we're doing. So in the fridge I found some cauliflower rice. So I'm going to saute that with onions. And that's because I love onions and I always saute with onions. And I thought I would do onions. And I would do some black and green olives. I've got vegetable stock for browning. In fact, I'll put a little bit of this in the pan so I know when it's hot enough. Okay, just a splash. I've got some white wine. I thought maybe tamari, we'll see. And then what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to make like a filling. I'm going to put it in a couple of mushroom caps. So, first thing I'm going to do, I washed my caps. I cleaned out the gills because I just wanted more space for the filling to go on there. I have the oven set on 350 and I'm going to put them in the oven and start baking them first. I put them on parchment paper. The only reason for that is because I don't like washing dishes. And I like to do take the easy way out. What can I tell you? So I'm going to put these in the oven on 350 and I'm going to let them bake. And while they're baking, I'm going to saute everything that we need for the filling, or at least some kind of filling. So this looks like the pan is nice and hot. You can hear it, my famous sizzle that I like. And I only did a half an onion because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making it up as I go along. So we'll go ahead and saute that onion and get that nice and brown. I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little more broth because it's already, I probably had the pan too hot. There we go. We'll go ahead and brown the onion, then we're going to throw in the cauliflower and I'm going to cook that down too. I may add more broth in order to do that. So come on in and take a look. You can see the onions are cooking. Add a little wine. That's going to cook off anyway, the alcohol in it. Here, let's put a little more light on the subject. Can you see better? See the onions? Okay, I'm just hoping I don't set off the smoke alarm with that extra cooking underneath the pan. So the cauliflower, I bought it at Trader Joe's. It even says Trader Joe's on there. And it says to use in place of rice and pasta. And they, of course, recommend that you saute it in olive oil. But we all know, not a good thing to do. So we're going to just saute it with our onions and then add liquid to it from there. So I really didn't know what else to put in here. I was tempted to put in some pomegranate seeds, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. We'll see as we go along. We'll just play this by ear. So the onion is cooking, browning nicely. The onions are getting softer, so I think I'm going to go ahead and add my cauliflower. So we're going to get that in there. I'm only stuffing 2 Portobellos, so I don't want to go too crazy. Now that has to cook down like rice, so I think what I'm going to do is add some water. I put the water in, and I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to go ahead and cover this and let that all get soft. And then once that comes to a boil, I'll turn it down and then we'll start cooking other things in there. So I'd say I only cooked it down for about 5 minutes. And if you take a look, you can see how nicely that's coming out. It's cooking down. Okay, you can see the change in color. It's got the onions in there. My goal now is to let it cook without the lid so that the liquid will evaporate. And then I can start sauteing again. Oh, you know what? I found a little bit of hash brown seasoned Yukon Select potatoes that are defrosted. I think I'll add those and some spinach and some olives, white wine, tamari. That ought to do it. We'll see how it comes out. If this tastes good, I'll write it up for you. Put it on my website. I have to look at the mushrooms in a minute, but they should be doing fine. Starting to evaporate. That's good. We're getting down to the saute again. I'm going to go ahead and throw in, I think I'm going to throw in the potatoes because they've got water base to them too, so I got to have them cook out the water. And just a little bit. And I guess that'll be my starch in there, so to speak, you know. This would make Dr. McDougall proud. Can hear it sizzling. And the potatoes aren't going to get crunchy because this is a very wet dish. So it's just a matter of putting them in there for a little bit of starch. That's all. Alright, so you can see the liquid's all dried up. I'm going to go ahead and add the olives. I like olives. So I think that'll be good. Oh, I gotta turn the heat down now. Now it's starting to stick a little bit. Easiest way to take care of that is I'll add a little wine. Woo! No, I didn't put too much wine. Now, come on. Don't get crazy on me. See? That worked out, the amount of wine I threw in there. I guess I'm gonna have to figure out measurements for you too. Well, you can eyeball all this. I'd say we used a half a bag or less of the riced cauliflower. We used a half a big onion. Oh, I'd say maybe quarter cup of white wine. This is really a table wine. It's the only wine I had in the house that's white. I have red that I use for cooking, but oh well, you know. Alright, so that's cooking down. I know I'm going to have too much filling here, but I'll find something else to do with it, don't worry. Oh, I found spinach. We'll throw spinach in there. So I'm going to just use all the spinach because spinach is good. All the spinach will go. Okay. So this piece is already too wet. I don't like that. And then once the spinach is cooked down, then we'll go ahead and add the tamari for flavor. I might put the lid on again, just to steam down that spinach a little bit. I forgot I had some smoked cheese that was Kite Hill. I think what I'll do after I get this all cooked down, I'm going to top the mushroom with that and bake it again with that. Doesn't that sound good? Alright, spinach is starting to cook down. Perfect. Okay. Now I'll go ahead. Smells good. It's probably the wine and the olives. That's why. Now go ahead and add some tamari. Okay, we'll add a little bit of tamari. I happen to like tamari, so. And I think tamari and white wine is a good combo. Look at that all nice and browned. Alright, so. True test. If it's good, I can just eat it like this for breakfast, really. I don't need to have it in a mushroom shell, but here we go. So that's what I'm tasting. And let's see. You ready? That is tasty. I really like that. Alright, so I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm going to take the mushrooms out of the oven and put some cheese on them and bake them in the oven. There's my mushroom caps. And so come on in closer, a little closer, and we'll go ahead and top them off. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? And I think it's mostly cauliflower. I like that. Okay, so. Alright, now I've got this cheese. So I think I'm just going to slice it up and put it on top. I don't know if this is going to melt very well or not, but I can tell you the flavor will be fantastic. Okay. I like nut cheeses. I think they're pretty tasty. Depending on who makes them too. I like Miyoko's the best. But it's a splurge, remember. This is not something you would eat all the time. This is something, we're not even going to use it all. This is something that, because of the calories and fat in it, we only use it once in a while. Holidays, basically. Or special occasions. So, there they are. I'm going to put them in the oven, and then we'll come back and check on it. So I think it's been about 15 minutes in the oven, if I had to guess, and I'm sorry I didn't time it, and I will have to get better at this recipe design. Usually I take recipes and tweak them, but now I'm actually making up a recipe, so it's a whole different story. So let me pull them out of the oven for us. They smell amazing. It's probably that cheese that smells so good. So here they are, and they're looking pretty good. I have to tell you, I'm not going to be able to taste them today because I am doing a water fast. I had that little bite, but I can't eat any more than that. But I will take these to work for lunch tomorrow. But they smell great. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. We had fun together because this was just a clean out the fridge dish, and I really think it's going to be really good. So thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. I love yous. Thanks so much. See you soon.